Yes.
And they're off. Welcome everybody to this matchup of the DM Cho War. Pretty cool feature here. We have a match between DocHoliday and Bachavelli. I've arrived late to this whole affair, so I have no idea where we are in the bracket, but two very good players. And just traditional stats here, or rule sets rather. It's post Iron Age, NinjaJen popping on to save my ass. Thank you very much, my dear. Round one. Round one, you have it. So, post Iron Age starts. Traditional Cho War rules are no walls and no Hellopolis. Just towers and legs, pretty much. Man, I'm trying to get oriented here. How's the sound? Can you tell me how the sound is, Jen? All rules and brackets and schedules are there. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so both players starting out pretty conservatively. No forward builds, really. Just trying to build up their racks, and soon we'll see some towers. We have Bachavelli with, how you pronounce his name, with one leg forward, two now. So he's kind of broken more ground than DocHoliday, but they seem about equally built out here, both building pretty close to home. One interesting feature of Cho War is that you just try to cover as much of the map as possible, and it seems easier for Bachavelli. DocHoliday has a little bit more choked out ground. Like, it's really hard to build up here because you just kind of want open ground and to spam your legions, your legs. So we'll see how this develops. Seems like Bachavelli has a little bit more of an advantage. Ooh. And we have kind of a background paint, almost a backdoor of sorts for DocHoliday. So we'll see how that pans out as well. Let's look at the bill count now. So DocHoliday is, well, top count 56, Bachavelli 55. So our beautiful faces even on the site. Okay. All right, thanks, Jen. That's great. All right, so some idle vills for DocHoliday in the middle is probably focusing on what's happening with his backdoor, and Bachavelli has already discovered it. So diverting a good number of legs to the background. What do we call that in military terms? I've got the front lines and the back lines. Lots of towers now for Bachavelli, and he's going to be, DocHoliday will be hard pressed to get through that, so he's having to retreat now. Now the game is, can you mass up towers? And at this point, we've got 1, 2 safe stone in Bachavelli's area, and then 1, 2 fairly safe stone. Is there a third? No, it's even. Okay, so at this point, not many vills on stone for either. They seem to be focused more on leg and tower production. DocHoliday with one rack still up, but Bachavelli diverted a lot of legs back there to clean that up. I don't even want to say he overcommitted. He seems to have this game pretty well in hand. And he might have enough legs to start eating into this tower array of DocHoliday, who has sent some legs down to the 7 o'clock region to try to break through. He does have a hill, so maybe he can do something there. But it's now a war of like 3 fronts. DocHoliday with a really nice setup here. Tower's kind of blocking the hill, so he might be able to push forward here. Bachavelli retreating a little bit. That second stone for Bachavelli will be hard to access now, actually. If Doc can get a couple more towers up, I don't know. We'll see. But still, DocHoliday keeping his ground on the bottom front. More legs spamming in for Bachavelli. This is looking tough. Tough for Doc. All right, let's look at pop numbers here. Doc at 145, Bachavelli at 164. Gold and food, both seem to have that pretty well in hand. Let's look at farms. Smidles there in the eco of DocHoliday. Has some farms set up close to 3 o'clock. Oof. My game engine is kind of staggered here. Where can I see the tournament? Jen, can you help us out there? I really don't know, Silence. I just got here. Basically, Jen asked me today, I think, if I could stream, and I said, sure, I'd love to. So that's what I've got for right now. This game right now is what I know about this tournament. All right, Bachavelli has cleaned up the incursion of legs over by 7 o'clock now. is free to focus on Doc's towers, and he seems like he'll be punching through here momentarily. Doc was pushing forward right down the center of the map, and I think he's been turned back by that tower array. He's pretty well pinned down here. His only hope seems to be, can he make some progress up toward the top front line? Because Bachavelli's going to be punching through here any moment, it seems. All right, back to stats. Doc at 157, Bachavelli at 153. So at least pop numbers are pretty similar. Doc is doing a better job of resource management, it seems, and bill allocation on 4 idols. Bach did have a couple more idols, but it seems like he's picking that up now. Probably these front bills, they were doing something that we missed. Doc might be safe now. A couple of legs making it through to his eco, but I think he's got it. So if he can just keep this area under wraps, really can't punch through this tower array. Doc's going to have to move up north, and he is, actually. He did send some legs up to 12 o'clock, and if he can just keep this area locked down, then he's got a fighting chance. Just have to see. This is really close, and this is what Show War is all about. It's so grueling. These matches can go so long. Legs are really cheap, they're really strong, they take a lot of time to kill, and it just breaks you down. Ay. Alright, so Bach sending a couple of legs in to try to tear down this frontline barracks array for DocHoliday. He won't succeed. Not yet. He needs more legs there. NinjaJen rescues us again. Thank you, Jen. Alright, kind of a dangerous situation for Doc in the middle here. We're just going to call him Doc and Bach. Did he... Yeah, he just misclicked an axeman in the queue. Interesting. Let's look at... oh, shoot. Look at... Wow. Kill loss pretty even. Timeline pretty even. You can see the undulation in the population pattern there. Seems like Bach's been in control more often than not. But... what's going on? Doc with a ton of stone he could use. Bach, not so much. So we're going to see, will Doc try to put down... He did put down some more towers, I think. There are a few more here than there were last time. We checked. But Doc really just needs to hold here. He is trying to put towers down behind this leg mass. That's why he pushed forward, just to buy a little bit of time, I think. And if he can get these towers down and secure up this choke point, then it's kind of a stalemate here. And as we were saying, all the action will have to take place up here. The danger for Bach is all of this ground is unclaimed, so Doc could start putting down some racks here shortly. Infinity, is he playing under a different name? No. Interesting. Okay, so we're still kind of focused on the stalemate. Doc now moving legs up north past this huge tower array. Just a wall of death. Nothing can happen there. And I think he has... he really doesn't. And this leg push is again going to take down these towers that Doc just spent so much time setting up. And he doesn't really have any stone left. The mine is gone, and there's none in the bank, so whatever he does, he has to do with legs for the duration of this game. Oof, that's tough. Okay, so I think this is going to spell the beginning of the end for Doc in this game. It seems. But Doc now, kind of as we were talking about, is putting racks down toward the 12 and 1 o'clock positions. He is starting to flood legs in. Will he mass up before he tries to challenge these racks? That's what he should do, because Bach will see it and he will react. But I mean, yeah, Bach's trying to shut this down. Doc, no, did he just misclick? He must have misclicked. He can't do anything like this. Almost punched through now. Ooh, no, he's just going around. He right-clicked. You can see him microing right now. He right-clicked through. He's just trying to create enough of a disturbance or diversion. Meanwhile, he's still shoring up here. He's still holding this line. So critical for Bach to break through there if he really wants to put this game in the books. Oh, this is so exciting. Looks like Doc now is trying to mass. Does he have the resources for that? Pretty low on food, a lot on farms, 76, and plenty on gold. So, okay. Look at those pop numbers again. 154 for Doc, 182 for Bach. Doc did lose that that group of legs trying to get through that line, and now he's pushing forward, trying to get through this tower array. Oh my god, gutsy. Will he see it though? Spock's starting to spam legs forward, and will he see it in time and just kind of back off? He needs to. Doesn't really want to burn his resources on this. This is a... yeah, this is a fight he really doesn't want to take. Okay, let's go back up north. Maybe it's a diversion. I don't know. Towers now backing up this Rax that's choking out access to Box Eco. More towers, but now out of stone entirely. And Box still has stone in the bank. 1,200 stone. Man, this is rough. Doc now again back into Box Eco. There is a hole here. This Rax is not fully closing out this choke point, and this Rax will go down. The tower will go down. Does he have enough? Does Doc have enough legs to take down this little mini array? I don't think so. But he is noticing, and he's responding. He's diverting a lot of his new leg production up north to handle that. And I just don't think he has enough legs down south here to... now he's deciding he has to back it out. He has to retreat. He's going to leave these legs here to die. Wow, so rough. Alright, so Doc, one benefit here is he has a little bit of a hill to fight from, but just the numbers from Bach will close this down. Yep, that's going to be it for that. Let's look at pop numbers again. So 160 for Doc, 238 for Bach, and it's just a numbers game now. Doc once again turning back this incursion attempt from Bach, but Bach gonna try again? Yeah, he is. And with the numbers, I think he can maybe punch through eventually. We'll see. We will see. Either way, he's shut down this push from Doc north. Hasn't managed to take down the Rax, though. That's dangerous. They're still there. But either way, we're just focused on this front line here, down by 7 o'clock. That's pretty much been the story of the whole game. Dangerous run now coming from Bach down the middle. Doc doesn't have any... oh, he sees it, though. He does see it. Doesn't really have any legs to repel this push. Are they in queue? Let's check the numbers. Man, just so much more in the queue for Bach. And Bach, he right-clicked, so his legs could have come right down into... yeah, there's the spam now. There's the pump, so... yeah, he could have right-clicked right down the center into Doc's eco, and that would have been pretty devastating. Doc now forced to move these legs out that he was massing, probably to get into eco, and deciding now he needs those for defense. Because, oh man, so much red, so many red legs, and I don't think these towers can repel them all. But Doc taking the opportunity now to try to tear down some of those tower arrays. If he can at least get rid of these, that's something. And again, I think he's safe down here by 7. Enough towers here to take care of those legs, to clean them up. Bach now starting to get really dangerously close to Doc's eco. Bach also saw these legs trying to tear down his towers, and he has enough resources and the numbers to just say nope, not right now. But all right, man. Again, Bach just so close to getting into Doc's eco. This would be such a fatal blow if he can just get in there. Doc doing a good job of just... oh, now we have Bills attacking towers. Bills with zealotry. Jihad Bills are what we call them. And man, these numbers are looking overwhelming. Remember, guys, this is just one game, and it's been going on for 14 real minutes. 28 minutes in 2.0 time. It just takes so much mental focus. And when you lose a game like this, and it wasn't a quick game, it was a long, grueling game. best of 5. Holy shit. Am I going to get to the gym tonight? Good lord. And now it looks like the beginning of the end. Bach has cleaned up this mass of racks. He's got legs into DocXHoliDaY. Yeah, this is not looking good. Let's check timeline. Yeah, just growing slowly but surely from about 15 minutes on. I think Doc's going to have to call it here. Yeah, we'll get to the gym. It'll be fine. It will be fine. But I do wonder just how long this will go on. At this point, yeah, Doc needs to call it. Okay, and he does. Oof, good game 1. From the beginning, Bach did have an advantage, and I have not seen these guys Cho War very much. So it'll be interesting to see how Doc comes back, because he had more difficult lanes. Definitely had more difficult lanes. Bach had this little hill right there, way open land. That's really what you want in Cho War. Okay, let's check stats real quick. Wow, Bach had 171 bills at the start. You can see timeline was just slowly going in Bach's favor. Kills, ooh, wow. Pretty substantial margin on KDA there. Bachavelli with numbers at 7 or even down the middle. Deathmatch, Boozer. Deathmatch. Yes, Cho War. It's a Cho War tourney. Okay, so, man. Doc again, kind of a difficult. He'll be okay. He'll be fine. He's got a hill here, hill there if he can get to it first, and oh, this will be interesting because Bach can go this way pretty easily. He can go this way kind of easily too. Doc has closer hills. Let's check the resources. Stone there, that's kind of tough. Stone there, that's easier. Stones. Okay. There is no neutral stone. I don't even know if there ever is. Vertex. Hey, bud. Bud. 1, 2. Doc at 17. Bach at 13. So Doc jumps out to an early pop lead. That's always helpful. Hopefully he doesn't go into a lion. That would suck. Bach. Oh, I didn't even check TCs. We have 4 TCs there. 4 TCs. Okay. Pretty much mirror start. Doc painting right underneath this hill. Hopefully he'll get a racks or 2 up and or a couple towers. Bach with a leg right up against Doc's houses already. Doc throwing down racks around his precious mineral resources. Good move. Doc maybe a little slow on the draw with his first leg pump. Bach will get into Doc's eco. Doc's going to have to watch that. Towers now. Towers now for Doc. He's the first one, and he's gonna, I think, shore up this center line successfully. Yeah, I think he will, so that's gonna be helpful for him. Is he cleaned up now? There's one leg down there he needs to clean up. Bachavelli with a pretty substantial leg pump will have the hill to fight with here, but he's gonna have to contend with those towers. 3 now for Doc, but Bachavelli has really towered up this choke point. So he's got this access point. Nobody's getting through here. Doc now starting to paint up racks toward 10 o'clock, so that's helpful for him. Bachavelli challenging now this array of racks for Doc. Boy, this is getting messy fast, as it always does. Oh, you want to offer promotion? That's amazing. Fuck off. Thank you. All right, back to the game. Wow, it's just all happening here. And Doc, like, presuming to challenge these towers. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is how the story is going to go. Doc's tying up like 10 and 11 o'clock, and Bachavelli's just hammering down the middle with his leg push. And this set of racks was kind of necessary, but it's also problematic because it doesn't really do much. Aside from block down the eco and lock up those resources. Hopefully lock up those resources. But Doc's kind of calculating, it seems, that if he just paints this area up with with legs and towers, at least you won't have to worry about that, and he can just kind of focus on protecting his minerals and pushing down the middle. And maybe that's why he's trying to challenge this choke point so much, because he kind of needs those towers to come down. Bachavelli still pushing, still pumping legs. Numbers are 155 for Doc to 169 for Bachavelli. So Doc actually had an earlier Bill lead, but Bachavelli coming back with the numbers now, as he seemed to have done in game 1. Can anybody tell me, like, who's your pick for this matchup? Is Bachavelli typically the stronger player? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right. Bachavelli now pushing north to clean up those racks. He sees those as a problem. They're right over top of his eco. He's right to assign some focus there. Doc needs to get those vills out of the way. Bachavelli kind of being turned back now. Okay, nope, never mind, I lied. He's pushing forward again. And the challenge for Doc is, can he get enough farms up here in the small area? I mean, it's really safe, but is there enough space for him to get those farms going? At this point, he has 29 on food. Bach has 37 on food. So Bachavelli with the advantage here on the hill right now. Doc is fighting uphill, Bach is fighting downhill, and Doc doesn't really have the tower backup that he would need to push the advantage here. Bachavelli now with some bills into Doc's eco. Will those towers pick him off, or is he going to have a problem? These farms being shut down, these towers will go down. Bach just, oh man, this is trouble. And I think Bach's going to see it. He's moving legs down toward the 6 o'clock position because he realizes Doc just doesn't really have any way to shut this down aside from, let's see, we have 34 on stone. He's trying, really trying to get those towers going. Bach now moving down toward 9 o'clock. Toward 9 o'clock to shut down these bills on the stone mine. Or you could even get in and chew up houses. Oh, wow. Let's check timeline. Oh, man. This kind of got away from Doc in a hurry. I didn't even notice it. Yep. Wow. Okay, well, it was a tricky map tactically to paint up, and it looks like Bachavelli just got the advantage here. Doc with a backdoor, though. I kind of missed this. Don't know how, but he committed a couple of bills to it, and Bachavelli now moving some legs back to clean that up. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's look at the queue. 10 legs out of a single rack. Numbers way low for Doc now. 61, 58, dropping. And Bachavelli now pretty much... Well, Doc did manage to rack wall that. So at least his original farm eco is safe for now. Looking at numbers 152 to 52. Hard to overcome that.
Yes.
And Doc calls it. Okay. Okay, that was Doc. That was Doc who wanted. Best of 5, you say, huh, Jen? Alright, predictions, guys. Do we get to a game 4? Do we get to a game 5? Check eco. 106 to 94, so Doc wasn't too far behind in the end. Looking at timeline, man. Right around there. 7-minute mark. Doc just kind of stalled out. I mean, game didn't go on as long. Oh, Eric YQ, thanks for the raid, by the way. We appreciate that. Because, you know, everybody likes a good show war. It's fun to watch. I mean, the action starts right off, and plenty of killing, plenty of death. They switched colors on me. All right. So, what do we have here? We have lots of woods for both players. Big old hill for defense. Plenty. I mean, there's not plenty of open land. Just Lots of trees. Lots of trees. Interesting. So this is something. Bachavelli does seem to like to pump out a couple of legs really fast. And you can see how Doc puts down 4 TCs so he can pump the Vills out. And then he ends up with temporary lead. All right. 12-9. So, but in that early hit from Bachavelli seems to have been effective. Doc with some racks on his first hill. Stone and stone, both pretty safe. We do have a neutral stone on the map now, right? Yeah, we do. Right over here. So whoever gets it first wins, but that's going to favor Bachavelli if you can tie up that 9 and 8 o'clock area. All right, so here we go. Let's look at the numbers. 23, 32. So Bachavelli again, just kind of taking over quickly. Doc not watching his bills. They all get mowed down here by Bachavelli, who's already pushing into the rear back lines. Doc gets to see this, and he does. He right clicks toward these vills. Bachavelli gets the hill though. He gets this hill for sure already. So Bach towering this mid-hill, Doc towering this hill, that will favor him. Hopefully he can tie this area up and just kind of stalemate it, because now we need to start moving down. Bach is already doing that. Doc is kind of more preoccupied with making sure that his eco is safe. So that's something of a disadvantage for him. Right? Bach doesn't have those worries because he pushed forward faster. So that's kind of the story. What are we building? House, house, house. No towers. Okay. Doc has painted enough towers that I think he'll be able to tie this up pretty well. But we've got this hill. Doc can defend up to about here, and then it's all Bach because he has this tower cover. Doc, with these towers on his hill, should be able to hold on for quite some time. Bach has painted more of the map. He's just got more units in play. Looking at numbers, we've got 77 to 145. Alright, so here's the issue. Doc had to focus so much attention protecting his eco that he just couldn't paint as quickly, and now Bach just has him way outnumbered. Yeah, would have been good if Memo played this turn, because he's got a cool, aggressive, old school style. And so now the question is, Bach has to punch through, right? He's got to get through these towers. Does Doc have enough numbers to clean up this mass of Bach's legs? Doc really doesn't need to be pushing forward. He needs to back up and cover this hill. There's nothing he can do about this. Wow, this is getting dangerous fast. Alright, still going. Conflict still raging on this hill, but man, Bach almost completely cleaned up Doc's towers. Doc has kind of forced a stalemate here. Nobody's getting through at 2 o'clock. So now it's just a question of, can Doc hang on? Can he hang on to this hill? He really has to. He could be putting down racks here, but doesn't really, I don't think, have the food to do anything with them. Yeah, it's pretty tough. Pretty tough. It's hard to see everything when you're playing, though. Really hard to see everything when you're playing. Just wait for your game. When is your game? And who are you playing? Nah, that's not possible. You would actually need to forfeit all 3 games for that to happen. Doc says, I hate Cho. So it seems like maybe Bach is the more practiced. Maybe the more practiced Cho War player. And he... Okay, Doc throws the towel. The white towel. And I say GG. No schedule yet, says Jen. Oh, KC Blitz? I remember KC way back. Alright, checking the numbers. Pretty substantial KDA margin considering the length of the game. Doc wasn't able to get as many vills out, and that's interesting because it seemed like he had the lead. He did have the lead. Timeline pretty much going in the same direction as all the others. I wish I would have looked to see how many TCs Bach had at the end.